Amid so much killing in Gaza, the aftermath of an April 2024 attack seemed to point towards something inexcusable. A humanitarian convoy hit in open ground by precision strikes. Drone-fired missiles piercing the logos that marked the cars as aid vehicles. 7 World Central Kitchen employees were killed, including Australian Zomi Frankcom.
Hi fam, I am sending you guys lots of love.
Israel was quick to apologise, sack commanders and order investigations.
It was a mistake that followed a misidentification at night during a war in a very complex conditions. It shouldn't have happened.
But Israel's chief military prosecutor now says there is no evidence of criminal misconduct. So what did happen? In April 2024, Israeli drones were monitoring an authorised aid shipment being unloaded at a World Central Kitchen depot in Gaza. Drone operators spotted armed guards hired by the aid group and misidentified them as Hamas gunmen. As the aid workers drove home that night, their 3 vehicles were hit, each strike approximately 2 minutes apart. In a brief public summary, the military prosecutor acknowledged the misidentification of the security guards, but also laid some blame on World Central Kitchen. It said the presence of the armed guards was not coordinated with IDF authorities, and the aid workers deviated from the route that the organisation had coordinated in advance with the IDF.
Measures were taken, but does that mean, OK, now we go lynch the people? No, that's why you have a court. And the court decides whether there's criminal liability or not. The court came to the decision that there's no criminal liability.
The Australian government does not believe that the removal of 2 officers from their positions and 3 officers being reprimanded is sufficient accountability for the deaths of 7 people, including an Australian citizen.
This wasn't the only mass killing examined by the Military Advocate General's office. In March 2025, a fire truck, ambulances and a UN vehicle drove into an IDF ambush. "15 Palestinians were killed, their bodies bulldozed into the ground." The Advocate General's office says in this case there is reasonable suspicion of criminal misconduct and has ordered an investigation. There will be a criminal investigation too into another shocking event in Gaza. On January 29, 2024, a car holding 7 members of the same family was targeted by soldiers. 5-year-old Hind Rajab survived and over the phone pleaded for help with rescuers. A Palestinian Red Crescent ambulance was dispatched, its arrival coordinated with Israeli troops. When the ambulance arrived, the tank crew fired a shell at it. 9 bodies were later recovered, including those of the 2 paramedics and 5-year-old Hind.
The convoy that is full of hot meals in Hamburgers, which we are going to be taking up into the mountain.
In Australia, the family of Zomi Frankcom say they are deeply disappointed that there will not be a criminal investigation into her killing. They have called for the release of all the evidence used to make the decision, including the drone footage. The World Central Kitchen says there is no excuse or justification for the attacks, and Israel's decision not to prosecute anyone is deeply offensive.
There's no criminal liability. We must respect that a proceeding goes forward and comes to conclusions, one must respect them even if one doesn't like the conclusions.